Hey folks, it's Andy with NutHouse Industries. We're out here in the shop today to take a good long look at all of the different rack options we have for the new Jeep Gladiator. It's a phenomenal platform for the overlanding world, and we've came up with a number of really good solutions to make that truck do the things you want to do with it off-road. So the first rack we're going to talk about is our chase rack. This rack is set up for the guy who really wants the most simple setup to be able to carry the gear necessary to truly off-road on a daytime type basis, one-day trip, more hardcore rock crawling type situation. The first thing we wanted to address is to be able to carry up to a 40-inch tire. We know you run out of room underneath that bed, you need some place for that big meat. We created this shelf that, as you can see by these latches here, it is removable, so it can come out of the truck. Also can be dropped down here just for ease of deployment of that tire to where you can pull it down. This is held in place by two large ratchet straps, and you can see up here in the front we have a bulkhead that keeps the tire from shifting forward while abrupt stop or off-road. Along the sides here we offer several options. You've got the Rota Pack option on either side. You can put up to 4 max tracks on the outside brackets, and on the inside of the rail here you can install a high lift jack. So it gives you a nice piece of equipment to carry the most essential off-road gear. The bulkhead bar up here, the headache rack, we can raise that up to cab height. You can see some scene lighting on the corners. We've got light bars that'll go up above there, multiple off-road lights to give it the more retro look with the big 6-inch lights, and we'll see that later in one of our racks as well. So it's a very good basic platform to start with. Gives you a full open bed. Through the week you can pull this spare tire out and have full access to your Gladiator bed. This next rack we're going to look at is one of our typical Tech Series racks with all the different options. This one has fixed rails, as you can see. We have our Max Tracks box stored up underneath here. It's nice up out of the way and lockable. Works out really well for those Max Tracks traction aid boards. On this side of the rack here we have one of our long nut shells with the gas strut lid. And then we have one of our smaller ones up front. And these, like all of our other Tech Series racks, these plates are interchangeable to where you can have Rota Packs here, 2 Rota Packs here, or the box, and we'll see that on the other side of this rack. Same configuration, just a different format. On this side here, you can see we've replaced that long nutshell box with a double Rota Packs plate and then a single nutshell up here. We also have some other accessories that will fit in these single openings, whether it be a small propane tank holder, fire extinguisher holders, first aid kit mounting plates, lots of different options for this small window. So the next step up in our racks is the introduction of a cover system. This rack, you'll also note, has a full deluxe lighting package on it. We have the Vision X Duraminis here that are at the rear corners, and then also up at the front corners. They can be controlled by the auxiliary switches built into the Gladiator, or an auxiliary switch box, or switches built into the rack itself. This one has running lights here at all the corners. You have amber in the front, red in the rear. Then you have your third brake light option back here as well, because your tent typically does cover that CHMSL light. This one you can see we've introduced a coiling cover here. This is an all aluminum coiling cover from Truck Covers USA. As you've seen in some of our other videos, it has every 12-inch detent. It's lockable, key lockable here, as well as a quick release inside. This gives you the option to have dry storage, but also the option of pulling it open and having a large cargo area to haul something larger. If you need to have it sticking out the back of the truck, this can be open partially and allow a quick lumber trip to work out real well for you. You can see on the side here, this one has the double Rota Packs in the single nutshell box. On this side, the other side is the same footprint. So the biggest option we offer for the back of the Gladiator is one of our full-blown expedition builds with a pull-out kitchen module, everything you could want when you're on an overlanding trip. This one we start with our Tech Series rack. You can see it has the deluxe lighting package, the Duraminis at the corner, center high mount stop lamp. You got all your marker lights at the corners, ambers in the front, of course. We also have the same options along the sides there with the nut shells, the Rota Packs, any type of MaxTrax box can be applied underneath here. But where this one really changes it up is the bed on the Gladiator is quite shallow. So you end up with not enough height in order to put in a cooler or any type of fridge freezer. So what we did here is we created a 5-inch riser on this rack, and we have this little door. What that allows us to do is then get the depth in the bed to allow for a slide, which we'll see here in a few minutes, to have a cooler on it so you can actually pull it out, have one of our modular kitchens with water, refrigeration, cook stove, all those options that we typically offer in a full-size market. You slide that away, you close the door, tailgate closes and seals that up. So it works really well, and it gives us that extra height we need in order to make those things fit underneath. As you can see again, this particular rack will fit up to a 37-inch tire on there. If you delete this larger side box, you could go with a 40-inch tire up on top and to get a little bit more space here. Lots of really nice options with this, with propane mounts and gear pods, and you name it, we can stick it on these flat, hard platforms like that. One of our new features you can see the back of right now is the light bar option up front. This customer chose to go with the old school look, the old KC highlights that everybody had on the days of the CJs. We've now installed 5 of the new Adventure series from Vision X. We'll jump around front and take a look at this. So you can see the front here, great looking light, lots of distance, just an amazing light fixture with the LED technology. We've got all 5 of them mounted. This is a removable bar in a situation where if you needed the extra height for a garage when the rooftop tent's off in the wintertime. So these are all plugged in individually to the rack, and the backlit feature is also functioning in these on its own single line. So you unplug the 5 lights and that backlight feature, remove that light bar, and it's gone away. You can see all these lights are replaceable. They have the 2-pin Deutsch Tech connectors just like these do up here. So we've tied that in nice and clean from the back, and just works out really well for the headache rack and having a light feature up there. So another important part of that Expedition build is our bed slides. They work out really well to get all that gear out from underneath that hard deck, gives you access for the cooler, your stove, water, all those things we add on those. So this is one of our newer designs for a little smaller platform like the Gladiator, where we've got a full hard deck on here with a rubber mat on it for that day-to-day travel. Then when you're ready to go and you want to take that cooler, we've just got a deck in here that pops out of the way. Now we have a recessed pocket for that cooler to set in and tie down just like we've always done, so that the cooler stays put and very accessible once the slide comes out. The other future additions to this are going to be a new cook module that'll sit on top of here and pull out with a slide versus our old fold down style, which still works for the taller trucks, but these Gladiator beds are much lower to the ground, so this will work out really well. And then we'll have a removable water module as well for the front. So stay tuned to our videos to see that option soon. So you can see we offer a lot of solutions yet again for a new platform such as the Gladiator. Everything from the simplest chase rack to the full-blown Expedition build. Follow us along on Facebook and Instagram to keep updated with our latest and greatest YouTube videos. Continue to follow those. You'll see things as we build full-on vehicle builds from the tires to the rack. Let us know if we can help you out. Give us a call at the shop. Look us up online. Send us an email. All the normal ways. Just give us a shout and we'll get you a solution together for your Gladiator.